Today on MTG Unpacked, it's Riftbound time again. We're getting stuck into the Riftbound League of Legends TCG Origin set here, Proving Grounds. So this is a huge box. You've got everything you need to start playing. So let's see what we've got here. So we have 4 champion figures. We've got the Annie starter deck, Master Yi starter deck, Lux starter deck, Garen starter deck, 4 game boards, 4 oversized battle cards, how to play guide, and I think that's it. Alright, so let's get into this. So these were released on Halloween 2025. The retail price should be around $29.99 US. Unfortunately, you'll find they did not make enough, so they're currently going for about $180 US. I would not recommend paying that. They should bring out more either later this year or early 2026 if you can wait that long. Alright, so we've got this huge how to play guide here to begin with. That is awesome. Oh, and I guess they give you some standees as well. So we'll just have a quick look in here. Not really dwelling on things too much, but you get the idea. The sort of things you would need to learn how to play. Modes of play. You can actually play 2 to 4 players with this game. There's different game modes and so on. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Got the credits at the end there. We'll set that aside. Then, what is this? Okay, so these are actually cardboards. So these are your game boards here. So you got your base region. You got a spot for your rune deck, trash, main deck, your chosen champion. You take that out of your 40 card deck. You got the champion legend. And yeah, so base region. And then some tips about how to play the parts of the turn. Very different than Magic. You've got to score 8 points to win. So you're basically trying to gain control of battlefields. And so that is how you get the points. Let's see what else we've got here. This one looks pretty cool. So we've got different artwork for each of these mats. I would probably pick this one because that looks awesome. Alright, so there's 2 there. And they're in here pretty good. Then we have another one. Let's take a look at each of these. Admiring the artwork. Some characters you may recognize from League of Legends. And then we've got one more here. If I can get that out. Like so. Very cool. Okay, so then this is pretty neat. We've got all the decks lined up. Here you've got the little standees. We might try setting those up towards the end of the video. So we've got a Garen deck. We've got Lux. Also Master Yi. I think this one they were saying was like a meta deck at this point. That's why the boxes are so expensive. And Annie. And then, what is this thing? Anything else underneath? Nope. So, yeah, you've got some nice convenient storage there. What do we have in here? I'm guessing, is this the battlefields? It is indeed. Okay, so we've got fortified provision. Or I always say that position. So you've got 2 sides on that. Let's take a look at the other side. There we go, League of Legends. So these are like oversized versions of what you pull out of the packs. We've got Star-Tipped Peak. And on the other side here, so holding, and when you hold here, okay, so units here. Oh, you get bonuses as well. So this one, Trifarian War Camp. Units here have +1 might. That's cool. Void Gate. And then on the other side. Okay, so what have we got here? This is 4 in total. Awesome. So we'll set that aside as well. Let's see here. We'll take a look. Might as well go with, where is it? Master Yi. So this is the one that everyone wants, unfortunately. So yeah, like I said, stay tuned. Probably early next year they might print more of these. Okay, took me a while. We've got a little thing on the side to open that up. Alright, so our first deck here, so that is non-foil. So this is our Legend Master Yi Wuju Bladesman starter card. So while a friendly unit defends alone, it gets +2 might. Okay, and then what else we got here? Master Yi Meditative. Okay, so this is a champion unit. So you can see you've got the cost in the corner there, the might in the other corner, and this is like the recycle cost. So you put it back, or you put that many of that color back under your rune deck. Okay, so we've got our Master Yi. So 1, 2 of those, and you can have up to 3, I believe, of each type of card. Master Yi Honed, so a champion unit, another one. Okay, that one's a little more costly at 7. So 2 of those. Then we have Highlander. This is a creature spell for Master Yi. So you've got the tag there. You've got to make sure that your spells, they call these the signature spells. So we've got 2 of those. Then we have Zephyr Sage. 2, 3 of those. Okay, so we've got a bird unit, a dragon unit, Mountain Drake. Look at the might on that thing. 10. Holy moly. Costs a lot to bring out though. Then we have Gentleman's Jewel. Sort of a mid-range card there. So that is a spell. We've got 3 of those. On Guard. 3 of these. So a lot of these cards we're just going to get the 3 of. So that's the most you can have. Then we have Meditation. There's another spell. We've got 3 of those, and you can see that's a reaction. From what I understand, it's sort of like a stack type approach. So you've got actions and reactions. So I think it's a fair bit more dynamic than something like Lorcana. We've got Playful Phantom. That is 3 of those. Stalwart Porro. And we are getting 3, of course. Confront. So this is another spell. 2 of those. Wilder of Water. So there's another unit. Just a low-end unit there. Bring that out near the beginning of the game. Then we have Cannon Barrage. 3 of those for another spell. Then we've got Mobilize, another spell. 3 of these. Stormclaw Ursine, that's cool. Another unit. So 3 of those. Okay, I was wondering, yeah. So we do have the runes at the end. So we've got, I think that's a different back, isn't it? So we've got our Calm runes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those, and we should have 6 of the body rune. So pretty simple mix of runes there. So you got to make sure you have what you need to play the cards in the deck. Okay, so next we're going to take a look at Garen. So again, hopefully I can get into this one a little better. Look at that. All right. So next we have the Legend Garen, Might of Demacia. When you conquer, if you have 4+ units at that battlefield, draw 2. Awesome. Then we have Garen Rugged. And then Garen Commander. Okay, so a couple of champion units, another Rugged, another Commander, wasn't that? Okay, so they're like mixing them around. So a couple of those. Next up we have Decisive Strike. So this is the signature spell for Garen. Make sure you have those. So what do we got? I think it's just 2 signature spells, if what I recall is correct. We've got Recruit the Vanguard. So another spell. So we're getting 3 of those. Noxian Drummer. for another unit. 3 of those. Vanguard Attendant. So we're getting, of course, 3. Confront, another spell. 3 of those. Crackshot Corsair, that's pretty cool. And I am noticing a bit of the rough cut they had on the cards from the packs is present here as well. That's interesting. Crackshot Corsair. So we've got 3 of those. Dune Drake. Oh, just one of those guys. Okay, so that's a unit. First Mate. A Bilgewater Pirate. So we have 3 of these back to back for another spell. 3 of those. Daring Porro. And of course, it is 3 Faithful Manufactor. So another unit. This is like one of the low-end ones. Cheaper cost in the corner there. So 3 of those. Petty Officer, another unit. 2 of those. Vanguard Sergeant. We have 3 and another Dune Drake. Okay. Recruit. Alright, so this is a token unit. So the tokens, they normally, yeah, double side. You got buff on the other side. So recruit and buff. So what is this? 3, 4, 5. How many have we got? 6, 7, 8 of those. Okay, and I think they're the same, yeah. So this is clearly a deck that is generating units. We've got the body rune. Okay, so order rune. So 1 of each. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wonder why they alternated them like that. Okay, so there we go. On to our next one. We will take a look here at the Lux deck. And again, yes, I've got the knack now. So this one here, take a look. And then towards the end of the video, we'll take a look at those standees and little characters. We have Legend Lux here, Lady of Luminosity. So you can see the runes you need, the colors in the corner. When you play a spell that costs 5 or more, draw 1. So my guess would be we're going to have a lot of high-end units in this one, high cost. Champion unit here, Lux Illuminated. So 2 of those. Oh, that's cool. Then we have Lux Crown Guard. And 2 of those. And then the signature spell here, Final Spark. Check out the cost on that one. Holy moly. So 2 of those, of course. That matches what we've had in the other decks. Then we've got Vanguard Attendant. So this one's a 6 cost. Here's a low-end card. We've got Ravenbloom Student. So it's not all top-end things. We've got 3 of those. A spell Singularity. 3 Blast of Power. Another spell. 3 of those. Eager Apprentice. So there's another unit. What is that? Piltover is the tag on that one. 2 of those. Falling Comet for another spell. We're getting 3. And a Lecturing Yordle. He will tell you what is what. So that is actually another unit. Bandle City Yordle. So 3 of those. Mega Mac. Another unit. And then we have a spell here, Stupefy. Okay, so that one's pretty cheap to bring out. Just 1 rune there. So we've got 3 here, and then back to back. Another spell. We've got 3 of those. Daring Porro. 3 of these dudes. Vanguard Sergeant. 3 of those, and then the runes, we'll see if they alternate. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, order 6 of those. All right, so keeping the runes simple, I wonder, I'm not quite sure if you can have more than that. It seems like it might make life very difficult. Let me know in the comments if you know about if that is possible. Okay, so our final deck here. We have the legend here is Annie, Dark Child, and at the end of your turn, ready 2 runes. That's pretty good. So if you exhaust them or tap them, in other words, you can ready them again, so they're ready for use. Annie, Stubborn, so there's our champion unit. We're going to get 2 of those, and we've got a Maddened Marauder, Bilgewater Pirate. So let's see, 3 of those units. Oh, this is cool, sort of like a borderless looking art here. Annie, Fiery, so there's a champion unit. We have 2. Anything on the other side? Nope. And then we have our signature unit, Tibbers. I guess you can't have one without the other. So there's 2. Firestorm for the spell. We have 3 of these. Traveling Merchant, also a Bilgewater Merchant, that one. So 3. Incinerate. So we have 3 of these, and Disintegrate, another spell. So we have 3, and Flash. 2 of those. Pouty Porro. There's a Porro unit quota met, and a Gust spell. 3 of these. Morbid Return. What is this? Return a unit from your trash to your hand. That's cool. So this would be like a little bit of a graveyard synergy, as they would say in Magic. So we've got 3 of those. Mystic Porro. And we have 3 of these dudes. Psy Scout. A Shurima unit. So 3, and Sneaky Deckhand. So we're getting 3. Yep, and there at the end we have our runes. So 6 of the Fury and 6 of the purple Chaos rune. Okay, so let's take a look at these little things. So this is cool. You can represent your characters. Okay, so we've got each of these standees set up here. So we'll take a look at each of these. I think these don't really serve any real purpose. They're just purely decorative, maybe to intimidate your opponent. They do have different expressions on each side, so that's cool. And finally here, so we've got 4 in total. So everything you need to get playing Riftbound, the League of Legends TCG. Let me know in the comments what you think about the game. Have you actually tried out any events at your local game store? And if you've missed any of the Riftbound videos on the channel, I'll pop a link in the corner to the complete playlist. And at $29.99 US, I think this would be worth it for sure. Not so much around 180 bucks. So I think maybe I wouldn't pay more than maybe 40 US for this. So look for more supply to hit the market hopefully later this year or early in 2026. Hope everyone's staying safe and healthy out there. Thanks for watching and have a great day.